Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's market update. So we had a pretty significant move down and actually went a little bit lower than I originally thought without at least getting some degree of a retracement. But nonetheless, the levels were respected. So we had some naked session point of controls in here that I had marked out from previous charts that I've shared in the past. And we front ran this daily. There's actually a chart, and I don't have it, but this was one of my scenarios that I wanted, but I wanted it from here. I was looking to actually go down, front run this, then have some move up, and instead we got this massive pump to the upside, deviated our range just like we planned, and then got some degree of continuation to the downside. So I laddered in some shorts, or I'm sorry, longs here, and then I laddered more in here. So my average is like 16,500. Like my average is about here for longs. So at this point, I hedged some of my long here today with some shorts, and literally almost to the exact dollar. Got the high of the move, and I do expect for this here to be the high today. Look at the daily candle. I mean, it's been a pretty significant move, a massive bullish engulfing candle, right? So to close anywhere up here above 16,800, in my opinion, is a really, really great, that's a really great move on the day, right? So from here, what I would expect to see is some degree of consolidation into the daily close and maybe through the through Asia session. But once we see a clear break above this triangle here, I would then expect a move up to this zone here. We have our fair value gap here, a daily fair value gap, and then we also have a 4-hour order block just above us here. So I would expect some degree of resistance here. And if and this kind of depends on how all of this looks here. Like we had our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This could be the beginning of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And it could go lower, it could go higher. That there is no say of it now. Or this could be a 1. Okay, and we could be putting in our wave 2 here, where we would then see, like a kind of like a ABC sort of, maybe something like this before then continuation to the upside, right? Making this like a 1, 2, 3, right? So it's something we'll just have to keep an eye on and let go as we progress here. I'm more of the opinion, again, I've been like more biased towards longs for quite some time, and for that reason, like this long I took in here was also a long from here. I didn't close it at all. I rode this long all the way up here. Instead, I opened shorts in here, laddered some more up in here, and rode that down here. And then instead of closing, again, I have not closed my long, and instead I laddered in, like I said before, I laddered in more longs here and here. And I'm just going to keep doing that until we get a clear breakout of this range. We're just in a range right now, so we can keep ranging this all day, and I'm just going to remain hedged. And the day comes where it'll either go like this or we'll go like this. I'll be hedged and prepared for that move, right? So again, right now we do have some 2.5 billion in negative delta on just Binance alone right now. I do not think that the squeeze is over, but we did just now hit the 382, or pretty close to it, of this move down. And what do we know about 382s is when that's hit, it's most likely going to be considered a dead cat bounce, which is part of the reason why I did ladder into some shorts here. But nonetheless, again, if we do see sort of a breakout here, this is my next target that I'm going to look to ladder in some hedge shorts for my long position. Okay. So we'll just have to play it by ear and see what happens. Like I said, there's still a lot of negative delta in the market. I don't think that this squeeze is over, but I do think that we put in the high for the day and we're just going to sort of consolidate and take some time to cool down from this massive move to the upside. I want to take a brief look at LTC that, I mean, just played out perfectly. We talked about this upper range here and this rising wedge. I was like laddering into shorts very heavily up in this zone. And I actually unfortunately closed it pretty early and didn't ladder back in. Just it's holiday season. I'm not as active on the chart, especially with alts as I am with BTC. So nonetheless, however, this plan played out perfectly. We came through, we took out these lows here, cut right through them, got down to our green zone here that I had set as ultimately my final target for this wedge. And we got a really nice bounce. I did open up a long down in here around 62, which is playing out nicely. My first target for that is the 382, which is, it's right about 67. All right, where I'm looking to take profits. Around 67 there. When we get that move, again, we'll just have to reevaluate. We could either get a dead cat bounce for then continuation to the downside, or, we sort of bounce off of there and then come back up and have continuation to the upside. Similar situation as to BTC. We'll just sort of have to wait and see how that plays out. Taking a look at FTM, went significantly lower, and this is something that we had reviewed on Friday, so I won't touch base on it. But for the time being, I'm going to focus on a couple charts that were playing out according to my plan. LTC and BTC both doing so. So for now, I'll be focusing on those. I'm going to do some fresh analysis this week and give you guys some updates, later in the week moving forward here. Okay.